What is up, YouTube? HPJ here, and yes, I am recording this video while still being under the weather. I'm gonna make it a quick video because it is simply just one monster, and it's the last monster in the last few cards to be reprinted for, excuse me, Yu-Gi-Oh! Rush Duel Structure Deck, Harpie Lady Sisters. And we have one more new additional monster being added to the lineup, and that is Harpie Signora. And no, that's literally actually her name, Harpie Signora. So she is a level 4 wind attribute winged beast effect monster. 1000 attack, 300 defense. And her effect reads, during the turn this card is normal summoned. If you have 10 or more cards in your deck, send the top 2 cards of your deck to the graveyard. If Harpie Lady or Harpie Lady Sisters is among them, then you can draw 1 card. Her name of Signora is a play on the Italian word, which is a polite way to address a woman. It is similar to that being calling someone a madame, a lady, or mistress, in terms of a more formal way of talking to a lady. So yes, this is in some weird fashion of terms, harpy, mistress, lady, or madam. And yeah, this is actually a nicely designed harpy lady. She has red wings. She has a converted um, top as well to her torso. Her legs are covered with leggings, but still gives off the hue of being a typical harpy lady. Actually, if we enhance the picture right now, that is actually what she looks like. She kind of reminds me of Harpie Lady 3, but I mean Harpie Lady 2, but just with a difference of her outfit and her hair color. So, oh, sorry about the ads. There we go, because I forget how it gets when I enlarge this. And then the last 2 reprints in the deck are Harpie Lady Pet Master and Harpie Celio. Sadly, Celio gets no fusion monster this time around, but maybe a core set will give Celio her fusion. Just how Regina and Kara got their ritual, not ritual, but their fusion monster. And that would pretty much wrap up every card that's coming in the structure deck. Now, what are my final thoughts? Well, let's just talk about the Harpy Lady herself. She turns the archetype into what was already considered a male strategy, filling up the graveyard with harpies to then bring them back into the deck or bring them onto the field. The cards like Hysteric Party, Elegant Egotist, are sending them back into the deck with the effects of Harpy Lady 1 or Harpy Lady Sisters, and then shuffling those monsters back into the deck. So then it powers up another wind monster. There's a lot of utilities and a lot of setups here with the Harpies in terms of their new archetype setup in Rush Duel, which still, with the recovery abilities that most of these Harpies give for spells, traps, and effects, and then being able to counteract a lot of things as well, I honestly have to say, yeah, this is a great improvement for the Harpy archetype. Even if it's a small thing, even if it's a small note or a small setup, I think it's still an amazing addition to have. Now, in terms of the last bit of things to come in it, this honestly, at the time of recording, will be the day after the OCG receives the structure deck itself. Now, will I ever obtain the structure deck? Potentially. I never say never, especially because every card for the Harpies in Rush Duel have now been printed in this one structure deck. This is giving me hopes that the TCG OCG will ever get one. I highly doubt it, but I can't say no because Crystal Beast got a structure deck. And Crystal Beast for years did not have a standing ovation of support, but they did receive support, which was odd that they did not get a standing ovation of support. There are a lot of times where you look at the TCG and OCG, especially as Harpie players, and you say, damn, I would love to have my structure deck, or when are we going to get a Harpie based structure deck, even if the meta isn't pointed to Harpies being in the rain. And while we've experienced Fire getting not only a duelist pack, but also a major wave of support throughout the year, going from, Fire King into Fire King Snake Eye into, Bell Snake Eye, and then Fiendsmith, and it taking over majority of things. And now Prime Might is also reigning in. And while decks are not looked through as the competitive looks, or everyone looks at a deck and says, how can we make it competitive and viable? Sometimes it's just things aren't meant to be competitive. Things aren't supposed to be meant to the meta, and that's okay. But it'd be nice to have a Harpie structure deck to kind of weed in new Harpie cards, new players into the game, and take a legacy archetype and give it the boost that it deserves. Especially because Wind has not had a structure deck in how long? Because we've had, Wanderers was the last major Wind archetype to get support. Because we can't count Dragoonity, because unfortunately Dragoonity has always had standing ovations with their support, but it was really screwed over when the structure deck did not come to the TCG. You can also say that for Agents, because Agents did not get their structure deck in the TCG. They both ended up getting theirs via, the Ghost from the Past set, which, see how well that did. But yeah, no, I honestly, shout out to the Harpie players in the OCG, because you got a structure deck, and, Rush Duel getting the structure deck stuff. I would like to see Rush Duel Harpie cards come to Duel Links, if that's any constellation prize, because then that would give Harpies support in Rush Duel, because there's just not any there. And Gaia just got a major wave of cards, so it's like, oh yay. But Gaia's always getting support. I think Gaia in the TCG is getting support too. Hell, Gaia in Rush Duel is getting some support, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, let that sink in where priorities are. But for the most part, I'm happy to see this reprint. I'm happy to see this new card. I'm happy to see the reprints and a full final lineup of everything for Yu-Gi-Oh! Rush Duel, supporting the Harpies. Just a side note, I'm not doing a video on the Cyber Dragon one, because the last Cyber Dragon one didn't do well. I'm just gonna leave it as is with Cyber Dragon and just say Cyber Dragon got its wave of support. They'll be happy, and we just move on to the next wave of things to come. So with that said and done, everyone, this wraps up all of the content for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Rush Duel starter deck Harpie Lady Sisters. I hope you guys enjoyed the plethora of new Harpie monsters that came into the series. Even if the series is not part of the official game, they're still Harpie Ladies, and they're still cards themselves. So, round of applause for them. Now, if there are any questions and stuff outside of the typical, I can't wait for the I want Harpies up in TCG, then please leave those comments in the comment section, because I've already addressed that in a comment and in a video as well. So, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. It helps out tremendously. You can hit the notification bell to be informed of when I upload more content to the channel. The socials are in the description box below. And with that said and done, thanks everyone for watching. HPJ signing out. Take care.